Thank you very much, Daryl, for joining us again. And I had a lot of fun in the earlier video. And very frankly, when you talk about all your practical experience, we're just getting more and more different questions coming from the floor. And before I go into another amazing question that we've got. Just a quick introduction. Daryl, of course, is a no stranger in the market. He's done a lot of work. Been an entrepreneur and started our business from an age of 21. So you started really early. And a lot of time, my experience of Daryl, guys, is all his practical experience are things he's implementing in his own business to help many amazing brands for the likes of Snowflake, Encore, Infinity, KL Sogo. These are some huge brands that you've been responsible for building and positioning in the online market. And you see, even till today, digital marketing and online is a very, very robust topic, and it changes as we go along. So one of the questions that we've been getting off the floor, what are the differences between Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn? And in an earlier video, you talked about YouTube as well, but I think we should focus on some of the key social media platforms. And to some of us, it's just a social media account. But we don't know what the differences are. So perhaps you could, enlighten us there.
Sure. Good question. So the difference between these three platforms is the audience. That's number one. Because audiences on Facebook, they're a bit more senior. So anywhere between 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. Instagram, younger. They got anywhere between teenagers, campus, 18, 25 to about 30. LinkedIn, again, there's just a good range of age, but very more professional workers, right? It's more of a professional social media platform. The other differences is also the second one would be features, right? If you look at Facebook and how it actually behaves, it acts as a page, it also has a group. So you don't have group features in Instagram, for example, right? You do also have a company page feature on LinkedIn, right? So the three platforms have some features that the others don't, and some more than the others, right? So that is also another one. The third thing is the type of content that your audience will consume on these kind of platforms. So if you look at Facebook, it's more long form driven. You have more information. It allows you to share more links that has a certain preview. It gives you access to perhaps more forum based discussions in your groups, right? It gives you events. For example, you can create events. There's an events feature on Facebook. And if you look at Instagram, it's very fast, it's very quick, it's very on the go, right? I spend at least I think 1 hour, 2 hours in total a day just looking at my Instagram, in and out on Instagram. And every time I only spend a few seconds on Instagram looking at stories, scrolling maybe 3 times down the feed, right, of my friends or followers, and that's it. So it's very fast consumption, very, very fast consumption. And on LinkedIn, you see different topics, more professional, more KOL topics, more industry-driven topics, more awards-driven, anything that can build credentials also, it's on LinkedIn. And of course, on LinkedIn, you have this feature where you're able to search for talents with a very, very broad and also niche type of filtering, where you can search in terms of the level of circles, the first, second, third layer of circles, the type of industries, the types of roles and experiences. And you have to understand even algorithms on these three platforms function differently on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. On Facebook and Instagram, it's roughly the same, where it looks at in terms of time decay, brand affinity, it looks at relevancy score. On LinkedIn, what happens is that some of your content actually reaches out to people you are not connected to as well. That is one of their unique features of LinkedIn. So your content that you put up on LinkedIn can also reach to people who are in your second or third circle that you may not know, that may not follow you, but you because of who you are, your role and your title that you place on LinkedIn, it actually shows different similar industry experts the content that you posted up. So that's some few 3 to 4 areas of differences between these three platforms.
Wow, that's fantastic. I've just suddenly seen all these differences, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
And because of that, I think one thing that is blowing me away is just how we're consuming the information. Like even for example, Facebook, how people are scrolling, they're not scrolling as fast as Instagram.
No. Yes,
Yeah,
correct. Correct.
yeah.
Because Instagram is very, very visual based, right? That's
Mm.
how even the platform started off years ago. It was to help consumers and users share beautiful and creative photos or visuals or videos, right?
And
While Facebook is to connect people, you see. So the purpose of the two platforms are different. What drives them is different as well.
right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you a really silly question. I cannot understand why people would do the Insta story. Now, I don't know how that works because after you put it up and then it disappears,
Right.
like all the awesome photos and videos,
Right.
and they're
Yeah.
just there for like seconds and then
Yeah.
they're gone. So it's a
So
bit of a silly
the
question.
24-hour ephemeral videos, right? Right now, even Instagram gives you an option to save it, right? So you can highlight your videos and it will
Okay.
exist as long as your account exists. But the idea, the psychography of having content like that, like straight up raw
Right.
videos,
Right.
works with the content that we consume nowadays. It needs to be raw. The more raw, the better, right? It doesn't have to
Oh.
be beautified. A lot of people are looking
Mhm.
for raw videos, nothing too edited. In fact, there's a good a study right now coming out to say, and in fact, I'm sure we do this as well, is that we tend
Right.
to watch video with no sound,
Yes. Yes.
right? Right.
Yes.
Unless, of course, you're watching a webinar like that, you probably need the sound. But if
Yeah.
you go through, your video on Instagram or even on Facebook, it auto plays. You prefer it without sound most of the time.
Mm.
Okay? So
Mm.
that exists, the raw form of videos and also the quickness of videos, the snapshots behind the scenes type of videos, great for Instagram, and that's why people also do a lot of stories as they go along because you can share things almost live.
Wow. And because of that nature of Instagram, I imagine Insta Story is just Instagram is for personal usage. So how do brands connect using
Right.
Insta Story? I mean, is it the same thing?
If you look at the advancement of Instagram, now you have even different. You got a personal profile, you got what they call a business profile, and you got also a content creator profile. Right
Right.
now, they're trying to expand and cater to different types of people and segment, and of course entities. Right?
Sure.
Instagram is also opening up more towards businesses, and if you realize Instagram also has also a buy feature or rather a catalog feature, same as
Mm.
Facebook, but on Instagram it's more straightforward. You can tag
Right.
the products being shown on your visual or your video, and you straight away can click in there. Users can click in, you can see the price, you can click on the price, click on the item, it shoots you out to a website which is still an inbuilt browser inside Instagram, and you can start purchasing stuff, right? So it
Right.
really caters as well to e-commerce type of businesses,
Mm.
business retail or food, and so on.
Fantastic. Daryl, this has been an amazing video. I think some of the things that you're sharing here, we thought we knew the platforms, for some of us that have been playing on Facebook and Instagram. Well, I have all those accounts, but I
Right.
did not know the differences the way you just
And now
mentioned
you
that.
know.
And now
Yes.
I know I'm like, ooh, okay. I mean,
Yeah.
even for what I've noticed, when I look at my younger cousins and nieces and nephews, the way they consume Instagram is just very
Right.
different from all
Very
the other
different.
platforms.
Correct.
And when you talk about the types of content, the kind of people that are on these different platforms, is just blowing me away. So thank you very much for
No problem.
this awesome insight to these different platforms.
No problem
Yeah,
at all.
yeah. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.
See you then.